I'm sorry. A phone call came through, and I thought I told everybody not to call. Oh my God. I gotta figure out how to set this phone so that phone calls can't come through. That's crazy. Mm, mm, mm. Ah. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, a phone call came through and tore everything up. I'm so sorry. A phone call came through and I tried to click it off and it just disrupted everything. This is, I mean, that's wild, man. That's anything that can happen at night is happening. It say it's adding her, but she's not coming through. Let me hit this again. No, don't remove. Oh, it says adding, adding, connecting. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm over. It's okay.
A phone call came through.
As many times as I can disconnect.
A phone call came through. That was my sister. In fact, I told my sister that I was going to do this, and I told her at the time. I thought she would have been watching, but I tried to click it off, and it just wouldn't go nowhere. So then all of a sudden it flipped over, and I tried to hit the red, to click it off, and it just everything just got crazy. So I'm sorry about that.
I find it funny I find it funny that that happened as soon as we started talking about aliens and governments and elitists.
Man, that was my
They said we
sister.
want to send a phone call through.
I guess my sister part of the Illuminati. I'm gonna have to get on about that.
She probably not, but they probably gave her a little signal, a little wave. Call your brother.
Man. I'm gonna have to every when I make a post, I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to cut the phone signal off. Maybe I could do it like that. I'll figure it out. But
Hmm.
we was talking about the we was talking about
You were you were asking me.
parallel universe. No, no. Was it parallel universe the last thing?
I don't even remember. You asking me. I've been asking you what I've been talking about myself as I've been talking. I don't
Mm.
remember. It was you did ask me a question and I answered it, and then I don't remember after that.
Yeah, it was something. I think.
That's an issue that I have with like people because I want to be real on this interview tonight. That's an issue that I have with like my loved ones.
Uh-huh.
I'll be talking to them and my brain will just go somewhere else because spirit is constantly talking to me and giving me messages and pay attention to this.
Mm.
So
Is
they get irritated with me.
yeah. Is there since we've been communicating? Is there any energies that you felt from me, good or bad?
I felt like you definitely have a purpose in helping the people, and I feel like you are going to be successful in media in some kind of way with like making videos and things like that. I definitely feel like we were meant to connect on for different reasons. So that's just all I've gotten so far.
Yeah. Uh, um. I had another question, and that phone thing it just threw everything off track. But I'm at the I'm gonna tell my sister and she might be watching. No, she not watching now because she don't have a Facebook. She be looking through mine. But
Okay.
Um, what was it? Oh my goodness, I had something. Um, it was something that what other kind of experience? Oh yeah, yeah. I was when I was about when I was back in elementary school. I was sitting out on a step with a friend of mine. We was talking about aliens, and we was looking up at the clouds, and all the stars was, how the planet rotates, and so we think it rotates, because some people say it's flat, and how all the stars going one way, but it was this one star that was moving the other direction at the same rate all the other stars was moving, and the star, we noticed, he noticed it, and I think he watched it. I think I saw his face go up, Alan Scott, but as the star went behind this small cloud, we was like, we just looking like, and next thing you know, the cloud moved over, the cloud broke up, and whatever it was gone. It never went straight on across the sky, it just went behind this cloud, and then it disappeared. And we, to this day, we swear it had to be something that had to go straight up into up into space, because it didn't go nowhere else. It never came from behind the cloud. And somebody tried to say it was a helicopter that went straight up. Like, come on, man. But like
Not going at the same rate as the stars.
yeah,
Like, who can synchronize?
I'm trying. How you doing, Miss Val? But I was just thinking about it. But when you mentioned the alien thing, so um have you ever? Oh, Joseph, that's my boy, Joseph Clifton. I don't think he mind me asking. Um, he recommended you, and he said she's 100%. So I'm wondering, what kind of vibe did you get? Any kind of vibe from him, or like what? I wonder what put him in his mind to say that you was 100%. Because because I see you as legit, like, you know.
Well, me and Joe are childhood friends. We've known each other for a long time.
Okay.
And in more recent years, we were building together, and we would just have these experiences where our spiritual gifts were like very heightened when we were around one another. So he might see something going on in my life, I might see something going on in his life. It was just like those types of situations.
Hmm.
So he knows me on a personal level, so he can vouch for my character.
Yeah. Because he was like, I want you to meet somebody. She's 100%. And like the first roundabout, because I'm inquisitive, and we
Mm-hmm.
both Libras.
Mm-hmm.
And first thing I asked him was, exactly how do you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I think that he may have gotten, I don't know, maybe on a little insulted side, because he sees you, he's like he speaks very highly of you. And I think
Well,
I
I
think maybe he
appreciate.
was thinking that I might have been, well, like, well, how you know? I don't think she all that. Like, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
probably what he thought I was getting at, but that wasn't the case at all. Like,
Well, people. He probably was being a little protective because Joey has these gifts too, so he knows what it's like for people to be skeptical of your abilities. So there was probably a little bit of his own experiences that he's carrying.
mm-hmm. Cause I don't look at people and say, oh no, they're fake. There are some people out there that are faking it, and a lot of times you can see right through them. But I had to
Hmm.
check them out first, because when I, like, very few people, and probably quite a few people going to know now, is when I told you that I actually seen a place that I was before I was born, and somebody would think I don't lost my mind. I can't say you lost your mind
Right,
about nothing. You say,
right, right,
yes,
right, exactly.
that's Big with the Sage again. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Sage, but it's called Palo
Oh,
Santo.
Palo Santo.
So, right, so because I'm sensitive to energy, I can feel certain people's thoughts. And when I know that it's not, I might not know whose it is, but I know it's not mine. I just like to like cleanse my space because I don't want anything attention to me.
Mm. That's the thought realm.
Right, that mental magic is real.
Yeah. You think anybody thoughts is coming from it's coming from the people watching?
The viewers,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely.
Like Miss Val right there. Miss Val's a good friend of mine. And
Hi, Miss Kyle.
she's down to earth person. I love her, man. I haven't seen her for a while. I only see her when she pop up here. I got to go around and see her. And she was one of the people I looked up to in the Nuwapian Nation. And and man, I mean I asked you like so many questions. Um just like, if you want to close it out, give us another experience, something that like what scared you? Are there any entities, anybody that you ever got in touch with that actually scared you, and you be like, I don't even want to mess with them no more?
Not to the point where I didn't want to mess with them no more, but when I was first learning about these things, and I just was kind of like jump. I'm the person like I jump, and then I'm like, okay, I'm here now. How do I swim? Type situation. I'm learning to use more wisdom as I'm getting older. But I started the altar, and I started the altar to my my paternal grandfather, and my maternal grandfather came through, and we actually had unresolved issues when he passed. But I was having like these nightmares and stuff like that. I felt him around, but at this time, like this was before I knew that I was like a medium and all of that. So I didn't really know why I was thinking about him all the time or why I was feeling like he was around me. But I was having like all these nightmares and stuff. And one day I was in my room and the radio came on by itself, full blast. It was not plugged in. It was no batteries. It wasn't like I didn't touch this radio. This radio had no power source because it was a radio you plug in and it was unplugged. And when it started playing, I just like stopped. I turned it off. And then I said, whoever you are, you can come to me, but you can't scare me. And I ran in the room with my mom. Like I was steady running to my mom when all of this stuff was happening because I was really young. And my grandfather came to me on the astral plane, and we just stared at each other. He looked exactly how he looked here. He had on a white t-shirt and blue jeans and a fitted cap. And I saw my cousin. She was away in school. We grew up like sisters. We grew up in the same house. She was home on an internship, and we were like talking about paranormal stuff because this was like a thing with us growing up. So she was like, I dreamt about Pop the other night. And I was like, was it on Wednesday night? Because this was the first time I had dreamt about him since he passed. And it might have been like, it was years after he passed. And my cousin was like, yeah. And I said, well, what happened in your dream? And she said he was just standing there. It was all white background. He had on a fitted cap, white t-shirt, and jeans. And she said, I was just asking him all of the stuff that I never got to ask him, and he was answering me. So I was like, wow, that showed that my cousin was in more of a space to heal because she wanted answers. And I just was kind of like, I don't have nothing to say to you. And that's how it was when he passed.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Nuwapian, that's it's how you pronounce it, right?
Yes.
So when I actually first started coming out of Christianity and everything the first time when I was 19, I came across Malachi York. I read a few of his books. I listened to a few of his tapes, and that really expanded my consciousness. He talked about a machine that the government had where they put your body under this machine, and they can, like, if you're an amputee, they can see where the rest of your arm is, like, etherically. And it was like, once I read that, it was just like, wow, like, you cannot deny the spirit world. And then all of the experiences, it's just been, I mean, if people open their eyes, if you're really interested in this kind of stuff, you don't need to see a medium. You don't need to see a psychic. Like, you can get in touch with your own energy and your own ancestors and ask for this for yourself from the Most High, and you'll begin to see how spirit is all around you and is constantly leading you and guiding you to the steps that you should take to accomplish your mission for this lifetime.
But just there's one more. I would like to. I was thinking on a lot of people get, but this might circulate around the question where I was asking you about people talking to this stuff. But it's a little different, I believe, because I'm thinking about like when people smoke weed or hemp and certain things. What is it called? Detrotryptamine. um TMDs. I gotta
TH,
get it. I gotta get it down.
THC?
Huh?
Are you talking about the THC?
Is that is that like it's like a it's like I wouldn't say a drug, but it's something. It's like a herb type thing where that could send you into other dimensions. Oh yeah, there's one more thing too. Um, so they could send you in other dimensions and actually have you contact, or talk to people that's out in other realms or beings that's out in other realms. It's like a get high thing, but it's not like you smoke a weed like on Friday or something. You know what I'm saying?
Um, I heard of something called, and I'm probably not pronouncing this right because I don't know much about it, but it's like, I'm going to spell it. It's AYUAHUSCA. Ayahuasca or something like that. And I know that's a herb that people were smoking, and it's like it's supposed to take you higher on the spiritual realm. But I don't know much about that stuff. For
Yeah.
me, when I first started, my thing was alcohol. I had to be drunk to even find the confidence to like speak what I was seeing and stuff like that. But it came to a point where the ancestors was like, no more drinking. You don't need to drink. Just breathe. Breathe through that anxiety and still speak. So then that was the step. And that's the step I've been on. So now the step is like, stop cussing. Stop
Hmm.
being combative when you talk. Listen more. These are the things
Yeah.
that the Most High is telling me the divine or the characteristics of the divine feminine. To learn how to be in the background, the sort of puppet master in the background, if you will.
Hmm.
Um, because feminine energy requires you to be very humble.
Yeah. That's how I was
I'm
when I
not there
first.
yet.
Yeah, I got it. I got some ways to go too, but because when I first started realizing certain things, I was attacking people. I was just doing things just to see people figure. It's a lot of people that be like, man, I had a hard time letting go of the white Jesus. I'd be like, I didn't. I was happy. I wanted to see people's faces when I told them he don't even exist. I was running out just attacking people, and I was making people so pissed off that they wanted to hurt me instead of listening to me. So the boy Ray Hagans was saying you got to pull the rug out slow. And in some instances, I think the rug still has to be pulled out slow from under me because,
Right,
because I
exactly,
was,
exactly.
I was getting it
Every
on, bro.
situation needs to be handled with kid gloves.
It, and
Say that again.
I still love a good debate. I would get out there with some Hebrews and I would get it on. But we gotta come together and try to get something going for our people. But the last thing because I would want to save some stuff for if we do this again and you have your
Round
aunt
two.
with you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um what was I thinking about? What was I thinking? Um Damn, what was it? I'm running my mouth and I don't forgot the question. Um,
That's fair.
um,
That's fair, Haley.
Sleep paralysis. Not too long. I've done this a few times, and about 2 months ago, I did it again. Now, the last time I did it, like I hear people say that you laying on the floor, you could look around you, but you can't move, and that's because some people say your spirit is like halfway out your body. This time when I experienced it, I didn't try to get out of it. I tried to stay in that state and I tried to actually see if I could see anything outside, any disembodied souls or anything like that. So what do you think of sleep paralysis, so they call?
It's funny that when you asked me, have I experienced anything that was like scary, that I didn't mention it. Because when I was younger, I used to go through that all of the time.
Mm.
And I really didn't think too much of it because while it was happening, I was just panicking, wanted it to be over. When it was over, I was just glad it was over. I didn't even really want to think about it. But more recently, maybe last year, I was a grown woman now,
Uh-huh.
and I was going to bed, and I felt that when your body starts to feel heavy and you know you can't move, And I'm sitting there and I'm freaking out. And I've come to the point with my spirituality where I just talk myself through situations. And I'm like, okay, Lena, you can either fight it and be scared, or you can just surrender to it and see what happens. So I just completely let go.
Hmm.
And I believe it's astral traveling. I didn't see my body laying in the bed or anything like that. But what happened is I went to a different quote unquote dimension. It was a different reality. And I was smoking and drinking with these people in this room. But this girl that was talking was one of my friends that I hadn't spoken to in maybe 6 months. And now she didn't look like her, but I knew it was her from her voice and her hair and everything. And we started laughing, and I felt so high and so drunk, like it was so real. My head started spinning. I thought I was going to throw up, and then boom, I woke up. And I'm like, what in the world was that about?
Hmm.
And literally the next day, she called me, and we talked about why we had stopped being friends for so long, and where the miscommunication was. And I just was like, that's so weird that I had that experience last night. And she's a very spiritual person too. Birds of a feather.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like if I sat my girlfriends down and had a round table going, we would be here all day, every day, 24/7, talking about things.
Yeah,
and
man.
experiences.
We got to get something like that going where you and some of the people who experience some things and just, and just, just bust it up, man, talk about it, because everybody has different experiences. And the crazy part about this, the sleep paralysis, we was talking about astral travel, whatever you want to call it. I tried to do it again since then. I actually tried to, and I can't do it. It just
No, you
it
cannot.
just happened.
You cannot.
I
I haven't been able to control it anyway.
I laid there on the floor flat. I had a light up over my face. I had and I tried to do it and I couldn't do it. But when I do it, but next time I do it, I'm gonna do the same thing. I want to see if there's anything out there that my inner self could look out and see moving around. Like I'm just that kind of person. My sister said, "Man, you better not do that. You might not be able to come back." But it's just me. I'm a daredevil. But,
I know what you mean. That must be a Libra trait because I am too.
yeah, man, I'm inquisitive.
With certain things.
An inquisitive Nuwapian, man, we liable to do anything because we try to go by facts. Try to go by facts. And we want to know everything anyway. So, it just but when I ran into the information of Dr. York, no matter what's going on with him, no matter what he did or what he didn't do, me running into his information woke me up to a lot of things. So, I'm gonna always give him that honor, give him that honor. And I love my master teacher. And I don't believe he did nothing anyway, man. Don't people don't understand that white man had 400 years plus of being able to make people look bad. 400 years of that. They experts at it. So, I'm just gonna run on with it. Um I definitely enjoyed you. And
Thank
I know you probably gotta get up and everything. Um and well, next time or if we do this again, you got to have your aunt with you. I got to because I'm still thinking about that. I want to hear some of the things that happened.
Oh, we have when it comes to Chris, I mean, we have a lot of stories. Like I don't know, maybe because she's very spiritual and I'm very spiritual. When we were together, it just was like his energy was around because we were both really close to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would have a lot to discuss.
Yeah, and one more before I go is one my we had a person in our family. He's real close to us. We like family, and his name is Jamone, and he committed suicide a while back. And my nephew wasn't born. He wasn't. Jamone passed away before my nephew was born. And my nephew was standing by the mirror one day in my sister's house, and he was like, "Mom, the man standing by the mirror, the man standing by the mirror." And she like, what are you talking about? What man standing by the mirror?" And he started describing the way Jamone looked. He started describing him. So I think my sister, I think she said she got some pictures, and he pointed them out. And he said, "This man is standing by the mirror." and like, and he's standing there talking to him. And my sister like, man, I know. There's no way you can't tell me that this thing ain't real.
Mm-hmm. It's more real than we think it is.
Yeah. And like I said, I enjoyed you, and I
Thank you.
hope the people enjoyed it. I'm sorry about the people that
Me too.
they dig on my boy Antoine. Antoine, that he's related to him. The boy Antoine you see right there at the bottom, he related to Jamal.
I can't see your people logging
Oh,
on.
you see your people. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's on here. He's related to him, and he could vouch that my nephew described this person that passed away, and and Antoine always making jokes at me. What you doing with the Illuminati today and all this here stuff. But I'm
That's my
gonna
husband's name. That's funny.
I just let you have the final words, close it out, whatever you want to say.
I would like to give honor to the ancestors. I praise you and I worship you most high. And I thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I thank you for Nate allowing me in his space to just tell my life story. I hope that people were touched. I hope that anybody who I can help that's on the line and that watch tonight, that you would just create a divine connection. I'm thankful for everything. All praises to the Most High.
I do like to go by Brother Sakim or Sakim, but Nate cool.
I
But no,
apologize.
ain't no problem, no problem, no problem. Cause Facebook made me change my name from Brother Sakim to Nathaniel Washington. I told you
Okay.
about that. But they keep
Mm-hmm.
saying you can't change your name yet and all this, so I'm just waiting and see what happens.
Wow.
But I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, turn back on this good music from Enigma. I think you I love new age music. I love all kinds of music, but new age and that one particular song that I told you about,
Mm-hmm.
and he is a cracker. I'm telling my people out there, he's a cracker. But this song, when you listen to this song, Against the Wind, Bob Seger, this is my whole life from Dawn all the way down to now. And anything that remind me of Dawn, I don't care who made it, it's gonna be right here. That's my heart. And so I'm a probably talk to you later on tomorrow. And hope everybody got something out of this. And you know, peace.
Peace. Until next time.
Right. It's Brother Sakim. Hope you enjoyed it. Real live medium. And she has convinced me that she sees people from the things that she told me about my first love, Dawn Anderson. In fact, we're going to do a reading, and anybody who wants to get in touch with her, just go to Lay every day, and support the sister, and see for yourself what's going on. Until next time, peace.